You're watching National Streaming Sports. Over 20 podcasts, 70 shows, and a 3.5-star rating on Roku TV.
Just here. And again, I'm going to shift over quickly to the left. Jerry Robinson, 57 of the Raiders. Also, he wore it before Violator wore it. So that's Jerry Robinson, 57, came over there on Instagram. Hello, Jerry. Twan's over there as well. Joanna Ochoa is over there on Instagram. Thank you for being over there on Instagram. But you're only getting it like a side view of the show. Whereas if you come over here on this version, which is the YouTube version goes out to YouTube. It goes out to Facebook. There's 4 Facebooks. There's my Twitch channel. And I'm missing something. Oh, I think I am. Oh, I know why, because it's over there. And Jimmy Farrell, the reason why I'm wearing this shirt and this fedora is in memory of, and it's in the title, Mac of National Streaming Sports Network, the network that is actually on the, why isn't, wait a second. I'm supposed to be on the National Streaming Sports stream too. Wait a second. I'm missing a stream. I'm supposed to be on the National Streaming Sports stream. Wait a second. There you go. That's why I was like, I know I'm missing one, and it's my National Streaming Sports stream. So gosh darn it, I'm like 5 minutes late. I'm gonna get a letter. Actually, I'm not gonna get a letter. I'm gonna get an email. I missed hitting the tag. So if Linda, who is Mac's wife, is there, I hit it and I didn't hit it. And for Linda, if Linda comes in, and again, for those that don't know, again, we lost Mac, who was the head of the National Streaming Sports Network. That the network that when I was on for when it was Northeast Streaming Sports and it was on Roku and we couldn't curse, and then they went to, or they figured out from Roku that they can make it an adult channel and we can curse. And I try not to, but yeah, I'll drop some F-bombs. But I try not to because I try to keep it so that if there are other folks that want to have any conversations with the captain and are like, don't want to hear the swearing, then, oh my God, what a hellacious 3. Who was that? It was like beyond half court. I don't know who the kid's name is. I'm trying to get his number. Number 7 of Golden State. I don't know who it is. Oh, okay. Well, maybe it was 3/4 court. But it was a hellacious 3 thrown up at the end of the first quarter. And Golden State is up by, let's see, 23-19. So there's that. Again, the reason why I'm wearing the Yankee shirt and the fedora is for Mac, who passed away yesterday early morning, and we had a show today to honor him. There was a bunch of contributors from the show that were on, and so we got up. Well, I got up early because for those that don't know, I don't like to get up early unless there's something I need to do, and I needed to do this. I did not see the Kentucky Derby yesterday. I did see things about some influencer that was wearing some really hot attire there. That was what my feed was. It wasn't per se the Kentucky Derby. I always try to see the Kentucky Derby because it's the most exciting 2 minutes in sport. Unlike what my old girlfriend used to say was the most exciting 2 minutes. It was there. I had to take it. But I didn't see it because I was out doing stuff. I was out on my scooter going around. I went to the mall. I went to the, Best Buy? So I'm trying to get my new lounge chairs synced with my stereo stuff. And you guys have seen my stereo, the large screen TV and the Bose system. The problem is that the system is wonderful, but it's like 10 to 12 years old, so it's not Bluetooth. So I have to try to convert that system to get a Bluetooth sync into it, so that Bluetooth sync will go into the lounge chair, so I won't lose the speakers out of my Bluetooth chairs. Because that's one of the reasons why I bought the chairs, was because it had this, the synced audio, and I'm like, oh hell yeah! So I'm trying to get that figured out. If your Secretariat, it's 1 minute and 59 seconds. Exactly. And we do have a picture of Secretariat in my house. It's not in the room. It's actually out in the hallway. And we were going through like a sports memorabilia store, and the lady of the house saw the picture, and it wasn't. I don't think it was the Kentucky Derby win. Maybe it was the last leg when Secretariat won the I should say the 3 races. I think it was Pimlico or the one in New York. I can't remember, but I think it was the 3rd installment of the Triple Crown, and it shows Secretariat, and the rest of the horses are way over where. So that's hanging. If you come to the house, and hopefully there will be some people in the house. Hi, Yogi. Good to see you over there on Instagram. Hit up YouTube if you can. So you'll see that in the hallway off the kitchen. And the house is going through a reboot. So the front area will be done. The Belmont, thank you. Okay. So it was that picture. But again, we all got together for the National Streaming Sports Network. Mac was the boss. Avakazi, good to see you, brother. Please, hey, Avakazi, if you're over there on Instagram, good to see you. Pop in. You don't need an engraved invitation. You can come up here anytime. I'm waving. You can talk about whatever because it's Sunday night. I'm watching. Well, Golden State and Houston. Second quarter, 10 minutes and 35 seconds left in the quarter. Golden State is up 25-19. Houston is a 2 seed. Okay. Again, I don't watch per se basketball usually until the conference finals. Marcus Banks, thank you for being here. Appreciate that, sir. Put that up. Hopefully it shows. There you go. Good to see you, Marcus. And I will change the what do you call it? The crawl so that that is done here. Let's see, there's the crawl there. There you go. Okay. Little slow. Pardon me. But good to see you, Marcus. Good to see everybody over there. Avakasi. No hockey. I was watching hockey, but then I switched over, and it was the Blues and the Jets? So it was between periods, so I went back to the Jets are in trouble. Yeah, Blues. Eddie Winchell's here, as I stated. Jimmy Farrell is here. Jimmy, I gotta ask because people are gonna ask me: Do you got an extra room in Pittsburgh for me next year? Would it be a bummer? Is it allowed? Okay. If it's allowed, then I'm trying to make arrangements early. Because again, the NFL draft is in Pittsburgh next year. I'd love to hang out with Jimmy and his better half. Shauna's in here. What was that? She's already doing the head slap. What did I say? I can't remember. Sharisa Alakan, aka Black Thanos, is harping up on his Yankees as well. Thank you, Jimmy Farrell, saying sorry for the loss for Mac. Mets got swept. That's a good day when the Mets got swept. The Phillies, I guess that means the Phillies are they lost today. They were down 3, so they're still down 3. We'll see that. And again, China says she's here. And good evening to you. If I miss somebody, I'm sorry. I try to accommodate, show people that show me through the comments section of what's there. You go. Okay. Don't now, Jimmy. You need to make sure. You need to make sure you have the wife's approval or the girlfriend's approval. You got married, right? Did I miss it? I know it's your significant other. What her title is, I'm not even going to go there. Sacktown Raider Mike, how was it? They had an event at, was it Ricky's? What was it, over the weekend? I know that there was a Ricky's weekend event. And okay, so yeah, you did get married. I wanted to make sure. Yeah, it's his wife. Okay. Hey, I want to make sure I'm not, talking incorrectly, speaking incorrectly. And, one of the things that I kind of got bummed about, and there's Clayton from Wisconsin, is last weekend I was up in Wisconsin, and I didn't get a chance to stop by Clayton. Clayton, one of these days I will. I was up in Appleton. I don't know how far away that is from you. By the way, the best thing that happened to me during draft weekend, and I'm serious about this, the best thing that happened to me for draft weekend was, other than we got a chance to stay with Steampunk's sister's house, is that Steampunk's sister turned me on to this. We're getting glare. See, okay, there it is. Sparkling ice. It's water, or it's a drink mix with 0 sugar that tastes awesome. So all you guys and gals know me. All you guys and gals know me that I do my Arnold Palmer's and my sweet teas and lemonade. I am still doing them, but I'm going to drink that more. See, I have this. See, there's the sweet tea. But I'm going to cut down on the amount of sugar that I have. I had a brat, by the way, Clayton. It checked my Facebook. It was a Wisconsin. I love saying that. It was a brat with kraut, some relish. Kraut, relish. Put ketchup and mustard, because I put ketchup and mustard on dogs. I know there are people that says you don't put ketchup on dog. You put ketchup and mustard on a dog like you put it on a burger. That's me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I also put pineapples on pizza. And there are people, my friends that are like big time Italians, they're like, how dare I? I just like them. When you have a Hawaiian pizza where you have the chicken and the pineapple, I just do like it's a pepperoni mushroom, extra pepperoni mushroom. Then I do ham. Well, actually, it's like ham with the pineapple and jalapenos. That's what I like. Jimmy Farrell. I'm not even in the front row. No, I'm not. This is the way it runs. And I'm going to let you all know this. This is how it goes. There are like 8 people that get picked by the Raiders organization. This time it was people that won a contest, right? They get the inner circle passes. I've never gotten an inner circle pass. Never. I'm telling you this. Never gotten an inner circle pass. The people on TV will reach out. Let's say that there's 8 spots, right? 4, 8, there were 12. Let's say there's 12 spots. Okay. And 11 spots were taken. Then the network people will go out and they will grab people from the audience. This is a sore subject with me, because in my mind, I'll say this, in my mind, I should have been the first Raider fan taken into the crowd for the first night. I was not. It was ganked. And I was pissed off at that. But I did come back the second night, and the people that do the picking, they said, come back tomorrow, you'll make. And I did. I was put up, not in the inner circle, but underneath the tent, which means you're there, but not quite there. But you have access there. So you'll be with me at the draft. Yeah. Okay. But to get inside there, you got to be picked by the other people. And the people that got picked was myself, Levi, who was wearing his persona as Baron Raider, and Steampunk, who has his persona. We were the three people that were taken quickly. So if they normally will take fans that are dressed out. Now, if you're with me and I say, hey, can my boy come too? And that's why I said, if you had because Jimmy Farrell to me has always been Raider Eeyore. Oh, well, guess the Raiders are going to suck again. If you got a shtick, a gimmick, okay, that would be cool. Yeah. Ed Winch will say it's like at a club. The big boobed blondes get in early. Yeah, that's true. JNG55 joined me on Instagram, and IE Raider. IE, good to see you, brother, over there on Instagram. Come on over to YouTube because you're only getting this version. You're only getting this portion. But yeah, the big boob blondes get in because they have the big boobs and they're dressed up. Who else am I missing? I got Sacktown. There you go. Robert Pena is in here. Good to see you, brother. Talk to Ed. We have, okay. Oh, and Matt Moran. It's almost a quorum because if Matt Marinovich is in, it's an official show. When Firpo comes in, even if he's on like his break and comes in and says Raiders, then it's an official show. If one of those two things happens, it's an official show. If that doesn't happen, it's only a semi-official show because you got to have Matt Marinovich in here. And ahoy to you. And you got or got to have Firpo in here saying Raiders because they're almost always here. Makes it a good show. But I'm right about that. Yeah, well, yeah, you can. We'll hang out for sure. But I've never gotten in officially. But I was there, and they liked my routine. Which Yankee jersey you got? I will show you. It's a very special Derek Jeter jersey, and there is a 2 on the back. Gravy, good to see you. And Gravy, best to you, brother. I hope that you are feeling well. Gravy's over there on IG. Come on, hey, Gravy. I'm on YouTube, as you know. I'm wearing a Jeter jersey. Oh, I got to get with Clayton. What part of Wisconsin are you in? Because again, I do want to do a drive. I love driving. As long as I'm not driving, like I was going to be a truck driver. That's why I got my CDL. But then it was like the way that they do it and the hours and I'll tell you what, Steampunk is a driver, and as well as a DJ who is like a ring hat DJ. He's a driver, and it's like wow, the way for you to be a long haul driver, I just and I'm old now. It's like fuck, I couldn't do that. For me to drive and be able to, hit off, and I want my trailer with me. That's why I want to get my, travel trailer, throw my Harley in there, go drive for a little bit, go off on the side, go to those parks, chill out for a bit. This is my plan. I wish to do this. So I will try to do that. Jets fans will look shocked. Well, you know what? Hey, if you don't play up, you don't play up. That's why the friggin' who was it? The Pacers tonight. They came in and the number 1 seed was it the Cavs were the 1 seed, right? And the Pacers outplayed them. It's a matter of who goes where. Yeah, I went to the 2018 draft, and I was heading back to my seat from using the restroom. There was a lady that had a handful of inner circle passes, and she gave. Oh, awesome! That's great. So you got in. That's cool. That's cool that you got an inner circle pass. They're hard to come by. They're hard to come by. With the Raiders as well. It's hard to get with the Raiders. And Jeff LaFontaine, good to see you, brother. Salute to you. And again, this is an endorsement for me. I'm trying to cut down on my sugar. So again, if you see, this is now the captain's unofficial drink. It's Grand Marnier when I'm drinking alcohol, and even though I'm not supposed to drink alcohol, Grand Marnier and sparkling ice or Pure Leaf lemon. Now you know what to buy me. And remember, this is non-alcoholic. It's good. Snuck can't win. Snuck, I'm trying to figure that out. Good to see everybody. Okay, so this is the quick version. Enough about me. And again, my best and rest in peace to Mac, John Mac McGrath. And I'm pissed off that I didn't have it on the network, which is supposed to be on straight at 9. And I hit the link and it wasn't there. So let's see. I got IG over here. I'm good. I got there over there. I'm good. So I'm going to put if you can't see it already, I'm putting the link up again. Who wants to come in and talk? I saw Sharif out there. Let's see. There you go. Whatever you want to talk about, and Clayton, I'd like to hear from Clayton. And if I do the driving, I want to go back up to Wisconsin again because I got to go by Clayton's house and have some more brats. And I had cheese curds. But I like them fried. I like the cheese curds fried. Oh, it should say be a part. Oh, well. It's close enough. Be a part of the show. Be a part of the show. There you go. Hit the link. You guys know this. People ask me, said, well, why don't you ever invite me on the show? It's like, you're invited. Everybody's invited. It's a talk show. And if I have guests that come in, great. Emac said that he's going to try to come in tonight, which is cool. Be good. Good for Emac. And if he trolls, he's gone quickly. I love me some brat. Yeah, brats, man. Frick, man. Brats were good. In fact, tonight after the show, I had some leftover Thai food from yesterday because Thai and Chinese, you got to eat quick. It's one of those things where it don't last more than a day. It tastes like shit if you're out of it. So you eat it one day. If you have leftovers, you got to eat it the next day. So I had my Thai leftovers today. So when I'm hungry later on, I'm probably going to eat a hot dog that I have because they keep. Jets just scored 3-2. Okay. So let me see what's going on there. I said basketball's here. Blues at the Jets. Said just scored. Oh, right. Yeah, man. Bennington, man. Dude. There's the crowd up in Winnipeg, I'm sure. Okay. Third period. Game 7. Wow. Game 7. What's the who's do the Blues have a 3 is it a 3-3? Oh, it's 3-3, I think, right? Empty net. Okay, well, I got it here. Let's get the last. Okay, so the The Jets got to score to tie it up. Jets got to score to tie it up. So St. Louis, I believe, is winning this series. And they're wasting time. They got the puck. They're just skating around in their end. Come on, Winnipeg, if you got to score. Oh no, it was Winnipeg that was doing that stupid shit. That was dumb. They were wasting time. Winnipeg with the empty net. Okay, Blues are in white. I was wrong. So Winnipeg's in the dark uniform. Okay, yeah, Bennington, yeah, good goalie. One of the I don't know them all but I tell you, probably one of the best goalies in the league. One of the best goalies in the league, and he was the goaltender for when the Blues won the Stanley Cup a couple years ago. Has it? Well, how long? Was it been 5 years, something like that? It's been a while. But I'm watching sports. We're talking about food. It's a normal Sunday. Hit the link. Let me show that again. There you go. Be a part of the show, or a part of the show. There it is. Hit the link. It's there. I'm sure it's there. Does the link not work? Got to tell me. So I'm going to stay here for the last 1 minute and 6 seconds. The officials are looking at something. The officials are looking. I have the volume down, so I don't want a YouTube strike. I don't want a YouTube strike. Wow, that's a Timo Solani jersey. That's ancient. I do not know. I do not know what they are discussing. Was it a goal that was not allowed? I don't know. Yeah, it's under review. It's under review for some reason there, Jimmy. And the other thing is with the Jets, I like the old Jets uniforms. I mean, when Bobby Hull was playing for him in the WHA, old school Jets uniforms. Let's see here. Not a goal. When they do that, I know it's not a goal. When it's like that, that's a goal. So 1 minute, 6 seconds left. Winnipeg, trying to see. You can't see. Yeah, it was under review. You can't see it. You can't see the puck. Therein lies. You can't see it go across the. Oh! There it is. There it is. Oh, it never went over. Oh my goodness! It's on the line. Never went over. That close. That close. Circle. Out of the zone. So Winnipeg goes to, it is icing. It is icing. So they got to do, please, it's somebody who is a monitor. Please get rid of the dismal group bullshit comment that's on here. Whatever that I hate these and I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of it, at least from here. I can get rid of it in YouTube, but then if I put a YouTube thing in, it is another. Oh no, it's not a goal. It's an icing. Buchnevich almost had a goal. But anyway, we got 46.6 seconds. Come into the show. Come into the show. Back, I'll put it up again. I will paste it, and I'll make sure I put the B in front of it. There you go. Be a part of the show. Was the Blues coach? Let's see. Was the Blues coach a Bruins coach? Who's the Blues coach? I don't know these things. I do know that the Flyers need. Okay, the Jets are in. The Jets are in. They're in the zone. Back out to. Oh, you stupid schmuck! Now you got to get everybody on side again. Okay, dumped in. Blues are trying to get a hold of it. Nope, still in the zone. Jets have control in the corner. Remember, there is an empty net. 8 seconds. 4 seconds. One more shot. Goal! Oh, my goodness. 1.6 seconds. Amazing. 1.6 seconds, goal tied up. Perfetti is the kid that got the goal. Yeah, those are the old Jets jerseys. I think they're better than the new Jets jerseys. I think new Jets jerseys suck. Seriously. I will see the replay on it. But yeah, 1.6. They're mucking around. Back to the point. It was so quick. I didn't even see how he got it in. Okay. Overtime. Game 7 over. Now this is why I like hockey. John Wayne, 24, good on Instagram. Good to see you. Raider Panda, hey brother, how are you? I'm waving at you over there on Instagram. Pop in over to YouTube if you can. Because, playoff. Okay, here it is. Okay, so there is. Perfetti was right out in front of the goalie, had a screen. Puck comes to him, and he tips it over. Oh, right. It was awesome as fuck. 1.6 seconds. Johnny on the spot. They say for you to be out in front. He was. Goal. Great. Hey, my Flyers are out. Lightning got bounced. Again, I have no dogs in the fight. I don't even know who's in anymore. I really don't. I just like to see good playoff hockey. So there's gonna be an intermission for a little bit. While there's an intermission, I will go back to the basketball because they're going to be on intermission for a bit. Now we're back up to Warriors and Rockets. Oh my goodness. China is getting a little verklempt. If you're, you missed the M. I think it's verklempt. I can look it up, but I knew what you meant. And China, by the way, China was in there with Bishop the other night. We were talking about what everybody else has been talking about was the Shedeur Sanders stuff. Yeah, Jimmy, what I tell you, it was like the game yesterday where I can't remember who it was. The one guy had 3 goals in the third period. And they ended up winning. What was it? I can't remember which game it was, but his goals were against the team he previously played for. And like I said, this is exciting stuff. This is sports. This is great. This is, again, I'm wearing the right shirt and the right hat. This is the stuff that Mac enjoyed. And again, we're giving shouts out, and may he rest in peace to Mac of the National Streaming Sports Network, who passed away yesterday. I think he was, let's see, 60. I think he was 62. Could have been 63. And he died of cancer. He had gone through cancer the cancer fight. He got it. He won it the first time, and then he was fighting it. He didn't get that last fight. Oh yeah, there you go. The Stars versus the Lanch, right? Dallas. And the kid played for the one team, got 3 goals. Oh my God, she reminds me of my ex-girlfriend. Oh boy. Every time I see this commercial. The Mountain Dew with Seal. Yeah. I wish they would take the commercial off the air. Almost a spitting image. Kenneth Clark, good to see you, brother. My buddy from Palatka. How you doing? I'm doing good. Went to church and prayed for you. Thank you there, Ken. And I appreciate. Now, Ken, did I tell you? I think I told, because Ken was doing his church and was praying for my health, and I thank you for that. Ken, I think I said that the pain that I had in my leg was not due to arteries and veins. It was due to orthopedics. And yesterday, here's more stuff, and I don't mind, it's out there. I felt like I was a racehorse that had been shot in the leg, because my right knee just stopped working and the pain was such. So I need to have that looked at. See that damn Mountain Dew commercial one more time, I swear. Yep. Well, if you see that Mountain Dew commercial, China, the Latina that starts the commercial that's in the front seat, that's the girl I'm talking about. Oigavalt. Seeing her makes me verklempt as well. May the real person, I won't even say it because there's ladies around, but it's not a good thought. But yeah, that's the Mountain Dew commercial I'm talking about. Now we're back over. Dodger game on ESPN. Okay, you know what? Let's go there. What channel is this? Let's see here. This is 245, so I can go over the 206. I know it's 206, right? ESPN. So I can go back to that. Dodgers at the Braves. Of course, it's a commercial. Dodgers were losing. Oh my goodness! You have one job, Dodgers. You have one job. And Jimmy was telling me that the Mets got swept. That's good. And again, being a Phillies fan, you got to root for I never saw these movies. Final Destination. I've heard about it. I don't like horror films. Honestly, I don't like horror films. So let's go back to the world. So it's okay. That's 245. So where's the Blues? Okay, so that's 247. Okay, so let's go there. Let's see if the hockey game is back. Nice. Yep. So the hockey game's not back yet. So I'll go back to wow. Oh, okay. So 7.5 minutes. Okay. Go back to baseball. This is what you do on Sundays. I guess you didn't like The Last of Us. That's what zombie shit, right? No, I don't watch that either. I don't. Okay, top of the ninth. Paez is on. Again, Dodgers are down 4-3. I think, and Ed might tell me that when I was in LA last year, I think I saw his first game as a Dodger. I think that was the game I was at. I think it was the what do you call it? The game with was it the Hello Kitty game? I think it was the Hello Kitty game, and I was there, and I think that was Paez, right? Paez. I think that was his first game. Richie Rich, good to see you, brother. Evening to you as well. There, there you go, Rich, and you're coming late, but this is in memorial to Mac from the Northeast Streaming Sports Network, who passed away yesterday. Big Giants fan, New York Giants, big Yankees fan, and he wore a fedora, so that is why I'm sporting the fedora and the Yankee shirt. Waiting page one day at a time for the yes, and I did have news today that I can tell everybody that myself, Ref Guru, and Violator will be back for a NFL. Oh, nice hit. Oh, he knocked it down. That's still a hit. So the Dodgers do have one on. No outs, top of the ninth. There will be an NFL Nation Live schedule release post-draft show. I believe it's on the 21st, which I believe is a Wednesday. Join us then. It'll be, let's see here, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific, if my information is correct. So join us for the NFL Nation Live schedule release show, the 21st of May. And we will be talking about, obviously, schedule for all, but obviously we have vested interest in the Raiders. Yeah, thank you there, Rich. You know, this is the gentleman, the network that I was been on for several years. One of the charter members, probably. Yeah, I was an original member of the National Streaming Sports Network. I did a few shows with Mac, not a lot, and I was intrigued that they actually found a clip because they were doing the video montages of, you know, the people that paid memoriam today. Mac was in, you know, the clips with Mac and all the different people, the people that came in. They actually had a clip of me and Mac and somebody else. So I was like, because I know I didn't do too many of them with them, and they actually found it. Schedule will be out May 3rd. I think it's the 14th, and advance happy birthday to you. And yeah, China says it as well. So it's a belated birthday present to you, Richie Richey, that you find out when the schedule. I'm not sure if my Wisconsin brother's still there. I'm still trying to find out where he lives in Wisconsin, because when I do a drive, and I will, by the way, bring my passport just in case I ever get the urge to go to Canada. So runner on second for the Dodgers. Remember, they need to at least tie it up. Nobody out. Runner on second. Will Smith is at bat, 2-2 on the count for him. And fouls it off. I thought that might have been out on strikes, but yeah, apparently he got enough of it to foul it off. So I'll be here. I will go back to the hockey game, and I'm one. You know, I've wanted to know. I'm sure, Richie Richey, you have, because I know you're a rugby guy. It's been indelibly put into my memory that Richie Richey is a rugby fuck. There, I dropped an F-bomb. He is a big bad boy, rugby player. How is that? He's safe. So I don't know what, I guess it was to strike him out, throw him out, and he dropped the ball. Probably. So they had to throw the first. So the Dodgers have a runner on third now. I want to see this again. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, he was called out on strikes. Catcher dropped the ball, throws it to first for the out, and the really fast kid that was on second goes and steals third on the throw. Yep. Kid was motoring, too. I'd like to hear who Richie Richey's favorite hockey team is. So I'm just here. Like I said, I'm wanting to see if the Dodgers can at least tie it up. Because if not, then, OBE. One out, runner on third. Rojas is at the plate. I'm doing play-by-play. And we'll go back to hockey in a bit. Is that 2? 0-2? No, 1-2 on Rojas. Yeah, I Richie, I know. Rugby, I know. Big bad boys. Big boys. But who's your hockey team? Oh, you're agnostic. Okay. Oh, he struck out. So now there's 2 outs. Was that Iglesias? Yeah, Iglesias is on the mound. So the Dodgers got a runner on third. Can they get him in? Now there's 2 outs. Can't do that sacrifice fly now. Oh, hellacious. Right on the inside. Went right by him. Barnes is up now. Strike 1 on Barnes. Hey, Mr. Santiago pointed with the selection of running back Genty, what are the Raiders going to do with running back Zamir White? I'm telling you, Mr. Santiago, it's up to him. If somebody thinks that Zeus White, and by the way, 0-2 on the Dodgers, Barnes is the batter. If somebody wants to take a flyer on White, or if White performs, he might make the team. Foul ball. According to Richie Richey, and Richie Richey knows everything. I could resist. It's a Robin. But I do kind of agree with him here. Strike out, Braves win, Dodgers lose. And I agree. He can come in because remember, you got Genty, you got Mostert, who is a good complementary back, but Zeus White will be there. He needs to prove himself again. And I'm Richie. I don't really agree with this though. He didn't play well last year. He didn't. He played well the year that at the very end where Josh Jacobs got injured, and he played himself well in the 23 season. But if you look at what he did last year, Zamir White did not play well. That's why we were going through running backs. We had basically had like auditions the last several games because Zeus White couldn't really run his weight. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. The year before, in 23. In 23, he played well, not last year. So it'll be up to Zamir White to prove to the team his value. And if it happens, he'll stick. If not, if somebody says, hey, we want to trade for Zamir White and it's for a decent pick, I think it'll be gone. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that, Rich. Yeah. 23 was the year. Okay. Dodgers lose. I'm going to go back over to the hockey. See what we got here with Blues and Jets. See if they're back. Yes, we are back. Bennington almost fumbled a puck. Cleared by the Blues. Let's see here. 17 minutes, 33 seconds left in overtime. First. So we'll see about that. Littlewood's Zamir didn't relief Jake too. Yeah, a different system of blocking. Yeah, I got you, Richie. It was a little bit of both. The blocking scheme last year was horrible. So that didn't help. Zeus didn't have a lot of open holes. That did not help. The scheme this year, and again, and here's something that I need y'all to remember, is he was gassed as far as the amount of plays that Genty ran in college last year was tremendous. Right? Just tremendous. So he had an extra season, or at least an extra half season. So if I'm the Raiders, I don't run him bell cow immediately, because again, you need to rest that gentleman. So you got Mostert, you got Zamir White. Dylan Lobby is going to be a gadget guy out of the backfield. He needs to learn how to hang on to the ball. So we'll see. And that's your status with Mr. Santiago of there. Raider Capo is over there on Instagram. Thank you there, shipmate. Come on over to YouTube. And it was Getsy. 51-39 Warriors. Thank you there, China, for doing an update there. And Mr. Santiago, are we using a fullback this year? The answer is no. It's going to be a lot of one-back sets, maybe two-back sets, depending upon the scheme. But it's not with a fullback per se. But, and this is because of what I know, is that J.J. Pegas, the guy that we picked up in the draft, the defensive tackle from Ole Miss, played a lot of lead back in the goal line situations for Mississippi, played lead back as well as the guy who got the ball. So don't be surprised if in goal line we run J.J. Pegas is a lead back. I don't think we're going to be giving him too many opportunities with the ball, but that's 340 pounds of lead back. And thank you. Okay. UDFA fullback. Okay. Thank you there. Matt Marinovich also pipes in on J.J. Pegas. So I think you'll see him on goal line. There you go. Thank you. This is Sonia from Prim and Proper Sports. I'm wearing, I am wearing this. I said I'm wearing my Yankees jersey and my fedora in honor of Mac. Prim and Proper. Sonia is the young lady that was doing the memorial broadcast today. She was behind it to have a lot of people there. And remember, Sonia, anytime you want to come in, it's a G-Dog Doolin is over there on Instagram. Thank you there, shipmate. I'm going to wave at you. Remember, come on over to YouTube. And just like China was saying, whatever Pete Carroll wants, whatever Chip Kelly wants, that's what we're going to do. Power schemes and a 12, sure. Power schemes, I can see that. And, that's why I'm glad that they did not get rid of Mayer. at tight end. I like that. I like that. Running 2 tight ends with Bowers and Mayer. I like that. 12 thank you there. 12 personnel in a power scheme. You got Bowers that can leak out. Mayer is more of a blocker, but don't forget about Michael Mayer. Don't forget about Michael Mayer. As of right now, okay, the Jets are breaking out. Got across the line. Pardon me. It's a studio thing. Whenever I'm in this lighting and I start to cry because of the computer, and I yawn because of the lights. And Matt asked, does Chip Kelly use that? And it's a matter of what Pete wants. Pete wants, Pete gets. Okay, and Sonia, aka the lady of Prim and Proper, doing some homework, and here we go. By the way, if you want blessings to somebody, again, blessings to Mac and his family, do some positive thought processes to Sonia as she goes through law school. She's not a lawyer yet. She told me, don't call me a lawyer. No, she's not a lawyer yet because you got to go through school. You got to get your accreditation, and then you got to pass your bar. Got to pass the bar. So positivity for Miss Sonia. Yeah, and Richie says as well. A Pete Carroll scheme is run it down your throat, control the time of possession, and throw over the top. And we're going to be doing that. And Chip Kelly has schemes for that. Who do I like in the hockey game? Ed. This is true. I like St. Louis, I think, because they're first off, they're an American team. I'm showing my snobbishness to Richie Richey, the Canadian. I didn't call him a Canuck. I did not call him a Canuck. But I like St. Louis. Of these two guys, these two teams, I don't have a dog in the fight, man. I don't have a dog in the fight. Thank you, Dare. Sonia shared the show. Thank you. I was a big fan. Yeah, and what was cool, and you're welcome there, Sonia, was when the Raiders made the trade. And I caught this. I don't know if you guys did. When the Raiders made the trade, they traded with the Dolphins to move back in the third round, and Alec Ingold was there on the stage doing the presentation, right? So it was kismet. You have Alec Ingold, a former Raider, now Dolphin, who was on stage because he was a Wisconsin Badger at the draft, talking about the Dolphins at the time and his organization that was it was I don't remember exactly what the charitable organization was, but it was Alec Ingold's charitable what he does for for his Man of the Year type stuff. And oh wow, Winnipeg's on a power play. Thank you for Jimmy Farrell. I didn't say, Captain, you comment on the doc I told you about on the document. Oh, documentary? No. Is that a documentary? No, I didn't comment on that. Yeah, don't walk into the bar, pass it. Yes, for sure. And I saw that on Night Court the other day. Said, oh, you passed the bar? Good for you, brother. And they were talking about going to an AA meeting. And the other guy was passing the bar because he actually passed the bar exam. Oh, my God. Most of us duck. There you go. The good doc. Oh, the good documentary on the Vietnam War. I didn't catch it, Jimmy. You'll have to. It'll have to be one of those things where I got to get down. Got to have the round to it, the time to it. My goodness, we got folks. I know. I am so intriguing. Thank you. I was just going to say, are we really not going to have any guests tonight? Are we really not going to have any guests tonight? There she is. That's a hot shot too. Yeah, I got her. I got her to she didn't quite blush, but she did laugh. I'm glad because I'm like, there's nobody coming into my show.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. It's like I was getting lonely here. I was schwitzing. Oh, nice. There's my rat. There's my
oh shit. Here we go. Oh, I know. I know you do. Yes, I know you love my triple D.
You know I do, and that's why you show it.
That's
why.
Yes, I know.
Hey,
what?
Oh my goodness! Yeah, Danny's over there saying, "Are you showing you?" Yeah. Did Danny see anything?
Well, he just told. Yeah. He just told. Yeah, he just told Chase to bite me in the ass.
Okay. Hey, tell Danny if the dog doesn't do it, I'll bite you in the ass instead.
coming out of you, God. Oh my God, Chase, what are you doing, Bubba?
I'm playing with my daddy.
Oh goodness. Yeah, even though daddy's in the skivvies right now.
I don't want to see that.
I know. Who doesn't?
That's it. Go ahead,
Danny.
I can hear him.
My dog.
I can hear him.
Yeah. Let me guess. I'll flip over. Actually, maybe if you don't.
Okay.
Are you half decent?
There he is. Hey, Danny, no skivvies. Top. And your wife shows the good top right up here. Okay. You just keep your shirt on, your pants on. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. And it's good seeing you. It's good seeing you.
Good seeing you too.
Head out. Good to see you there, Richie Riche. Take care as well, Richie Riche, our favorite Canuck. See, I called him a Canuck that time. I know that dog. That's the one that bit the living bejesus out of my arms. You see what he's doing to
his daddy.
Exactly. Yes. They're sharp. They're sharp.
Yeah. Yes. And then I don't know if you see this one right here with her.
Yeah, but that's the old good one.
Yeah.
That's the good one.
Yeah, she is. Sometimes.
Yeah.
In the mood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got to ask you because you're in and you're verklempt. What's your topic to discuss? Because Danny's in here, you can get a 2-for-1 on. I want to hear what Danny thought of his teams, the Dolphins and the Donkeys. I want to hear about what he thought about his team's draft this year.
There.
My thought is it's about a B to a C. I mean, it's really hard to say this early on until you get some time playing. It's really hard to say what you're going to get out of them. I think the Cowboys did worse than a lot of people think. Just wouldn't to hold it up.
Shut up.
Jesus, crazy woman. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. No, the draft, like, I have a hard time with anybody grading the draft right after the draft. It's like
I got it.
What's that?
I got you. It normally takes like 3 years for you to figure out how well you did, but you can have at least an initial response about we needed these players or we needed this position and we filled out our roster and we got the guys we need. And by the way, that also goes into some of the diamonds in the rough free agent acquisitions that you get that were undrafted. And I don't know if you're keeping an eye on that, but I'm really very happy with who the Raiders have picked up, both in the draft, along with their undrafted free agents. I mean, it's like, wow, as far as filling out the roster, I was very happy about that.
Yeah, the roster filling was good. Both fronts, I think that they did. We filled holes, and there was a couple undrafted free agents that may very well be exactly what we're looking for, but it's going to be hard to say. We still got to see how it plays out. But the Broncos in particular got one that I thought was really going to be good. I forget the name right now, but I was reading the reports on it. They were shocked that he went to the Broncos. But that's the Sean Payton effect.
Yeah.
And I trust whatever happens out of Sean Payton more than I do out of anybody else in the coaching in the NFL, period, because he's done it for too many years. And he's still got that fire. Anybody else, it's like the choices that are made by the local team around here, the one north of us, not the one south of us, make everybody scratch their head and laugh too if you're not a fan. But yeah,
I will
go ahead.
One thing, Danny, and I'm going to give a shout out to Richie Riche. I think I might have told you this before, but Mile High Roundtable YouTube Network is all about those donkeys. So make sure you follow that network when you want to get information about your orange and blue. Orange and blue is great on Saturdays, but they suck on Sundays. But for you, go Mile High Roundtable Network. Richie Riche is part of that. Dungus Creevy is the big head guru there. Make sure you follow that network for all your donkey information.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
All right.
And what about your Dolphins? As the gentleman you didn't say. How about those Dolphins? Was it like Nathan Lane in the movie where it's him and Robin Williams? Dolphins.
Oh, I know what movie you're talking about. Oh my God.
Birdcage.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Birdcage.
Yeah. They did pretty good. They did fill in the holes that they had in the roster, but I'm not sure what we're going to look like this year. I'm not sure about Tua. I think we're at the biggest. That's our biggest problem, I think, is our quarterback. He's a good to great quarterback, but he's so easily hurt that you can't trust him to play all season. And I felt bad for him this last year. I thought he should have been medically retired. Honestly.
I think so.
And I'm just afraid that's where we're going to be with him in the not too distant future. So while everything may look great for the season, by the middle point of the season are we going to have our quarterback anymore?
That's the reason why y'all got Quinn Ewers from UT.
Yeah, but Quinn Ewers isn't an answer. He's a stopgap at best. The only answer that would have come out of UT has an M on the back of his.
I know. We know.
So yeah, but I don't know where he'll end up. But,
yeah,
Manning.
Yeah. Talking about Arch Manning, who's a quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah. The only answer quarterback to come out of UT, if there was one, would have been Manning, and he's a year or two away. I think he's probably 2 years away, to be honest.
And that's why I think the Raiders didn't invest high in a draft pick this year, is that maybe they are saving up for when Manning declares, and there's going to be such a run on who that number one pick will be. I think the Raiders are going to gun for that draft. I really do. I think the Raiders are going to gun for that draft to try to do everything in their power to get Arch Manning to the Raiders. I think so.
This draft was not a quarterback draft at all. Nobody in their right mind should have been doing anything to get a quarterback in this draft. You fill other positions, linemen, you fill running back. Genty was the right pick for the Raiders. There's a lot of things that happen that in this draft, it's like, well, duh. The people, the idiots on ESPN and the NFL Network being shocked with Shedeur. Shedeur is a bad quarterback. He is not a great quarterback, and he becomes even worse when you equate in his father. His father is great hype, and he lived up to his hype, so people could put up with Dion. But Shedeur has got a very piss poor attitude, and he does not constitute the hype that he comes with. And his dad doesn't help in trying to run him. And so he went to the place that all quarterbacks of his caliber should go, the place quarterbacks go to die.
Cleveland.
So I see it. I actually think that Shiloh will be a better NFL professional than his brother. I think that Shiloh will be a fantastic safety. I think he will.
He's a good addition to Tampa Bay, so I can see that coming.
I think he may become a good to high quality player in the NFL, but I definitely believe he'll have a better career than Shedeur because he doesn't have his dad involved with it as much. And I think that right there, Shedeur just doesn't have the sportsmanship of a good quarterback.
Well, I'm going to give you props, Danny. First off, you're fucking skinny in comparison, and fuck you for losing that weight and looking good. Okay, I need to do that. Maybe if I kick a lot of my sugar, I can get down a little bit. But blessed, keep your health going. Again, love you as a shipmate. Fuck your teams. Okay, I'm just saying that.
That's okay. Fuck your team too.
Watch your ass.
And you guys run that circus you got over there, Danny. Thanks for stepping in. I'm going to talk with China for a bit as well, and you take care, brother.
All right, you too. Take care.
All right.
Oh, good Lord. I know.
I get a 2 for 1 when I get you. I get you. I know, I get your boobs, and so actually that's a 4 for 1.
My God. Yeah, Dakota's looking at me like, really? Oh, he's over there watching Yellowstone. That's why. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, talk to me, honey.
All right. So we're like what? Let's see. Tomorrow's the 5th. Oh yeah, it's the second drunkest holiday in the world. Yeah,
tomorrow.
We're like,
oh my God, tomorrow. Hello, Mascot Troy. On Instagram, come on over to YouTube. Come on, it's good to see you on Instagram. But come, there you go. Go ahead, honey.
Okay, so we're like what, maybe a good week and 4 days away from the release dates of the release of the NFL schedules, and I cannot wait to where the Raiders and Houston will be playing. What date? What date? What time? What month? I don't know, because I'm waiting. I am waiting very, very patiently for the drama to unfold. No, I'm kidding. Yes, can I help you?
Yeah, no, you had it right. It's drama.
Yeah. Yeah, so can I okay, chasers. Okay. Why are you trying to help me? Really? He said hi.
Well, as the dogs are in there, another shot of the tits. I don't mind that.
Oh my gosh. And then you're slapping me with your tail, little boy. Come on now. Anyway, let's hey, get it out the gutter, Cap.
I'm calling him like I see him. I'm calling him like I see him. I gotta ask you, China. Obviously, we're gonna see you. Well, okay. Let me preface to say, inshallah, we all are there for the game where the Raiders come to Houston. I know I will see you and Danny in Houston come that day, providing living and breathing. But is there any other games that you might come. I mean, like, were you and Danny going to try to go out to Vegas for the Raiders Broncos game or anything like that? I got to ask.
Let me ask the old goat now when I'm thinking about it. Are we going? Hey, babe, we're going to go to the Bronco Raider game over in Las Vegas.
I would say probably not, but we'll see.
He said probably not, but we'll see. Or we could probably go to the one. Or we'll probably go to the one in Denver.
No, you're going back up there.
Why?
Because as long as they got the idiots up there running that state, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, he's got a good point on that one.
What was that point about Denver running the state? What?
The people running the state of Colorado.
I mean,
okay.
Remember, we live in Texas. And
I know why. The 2A, the whole 2A situation.
Okay, you'll have to enlighten me. I'm like
I'll
reading.
Go
ahead and spell it.
Well, let's hold on here.
Yeah, spell it.
Move your body.
Kiss my ass.
See behind me right there?
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I always go ready. And in that state, they're starting to try and screw with us again. And until that situation goes away, we were up there, was it 3 years ago now? And that was fun, and it wasn't too bad then. But they passed a lot of laws I really don't agree with up there. And if I can't do what I do here, I don't feel like going there. So.
I got you. So, I figured out 2A. Ding, ding, ding. The light went off. Well, here's the thing. And go to Nevada, spend a lot more money, enjoy, go to Nevada, watch the game there, and pack your shit in Nevada.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the finances look like when we get closer to that time. So.
Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to push you guys because again, I got to figure out how I'm going to do this as well, because I'm still waiting on all the things that I need to do, and the only reason why I'm even thinking about X, Y, and Z is because I'm basically retired, and I'm going to start kind of living off retired funds because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be kicking. So it's like that's why I'm doing off the retirement shit. And hopefully, and I say this, I mean this, hopefully Social Security and the VA get with the fucking program to help me out. That's what I'm going to say. And
I spent last Friday at a CMP appointment.
There you go. The VA needs to help out and Social Security needs to help out. And I'm here. And when my legs, well, I don't know if you were here earlier, but my knee just basically said, "Oh, fuck you, we are not working." And the pain was such that I still can't put pressure on it. I have to actually lean to get up because I can't move my fucking right knee. And
my left
the pain
knee is my
such
issue.
that it's yeah, well, I got to do that. And then Mascot Troy came over here to the show. Thank you there, Mascot Troy. Big Steelers fan. Not a big fan of Denver. Nothing political. Just really immature fans. I agree with that.
I agree on that one.
Mascot
there you go.
Troy for coming over.
Oh my God, you hit the nail on the head on that one. The last time I was, I think, what was it? When we were down at the hotel. Believe me, the hotel we were in was great. Even Dakota with her bougie behind loved it. But every time I go anywhere, or if I had to take Dakota outside or whatever, I hear somebody say, "Fuck the Raiders." And it's like, really immature people. Come on now. I mean, literally, that's just freaking sad. Why the hell would you say some shit like that? And I know there's a lot of Raider fans. I mean, there's a lot of Bronco fans that we get along. Mary, Miss Mary. Oh God, who else voted? Yeah. Everybody was very nice, and And believe me, even though it was cold as hell, but the view was beautiful. And we got a chance to, when we were on, I think we were on the other side of Denver, and we saw the Air Force Academy. We saw the view of the Air Force Academy. Oh my God. The mountains were freaking beautiful. But the only problem is I got to give you. Go ahead, babe.
I want to say I need to do an out. I want to get to, hopefully Troy will come into the show. I'd like to hear from Troy if not, but I want you to give me a good 2 minutes of your lady, of your verklempt lady doing out with her. I appreciate it. I'll make sure I got at least 2 minutes for it.
Okay, guys, we need to do a little coffee talk over here. So we need to figure out what the hell the Raiders and all the other teams going to be doing this season. So I see myself with the Raiders going, I don't know, 13-6, maybe. I don't know. But we haven't even looked at the schedules yet. So I want us to oh, by the way, my name is China Richmond, and welcome to Coffee Talk, everybody. Let's figure out what we're going to do. Let's figure out. Yeah. Yeah, we're looking at 13-6, maybe. If we don't, that's if we don't fuck it up. Now,
well, that means, well, if they're 13-6, that means that they win at least 2 playoff games. I like that. I like that because let me see, be 11-6. Yeah, so 11-6, and then win 2 playoff games. What we lose in a playoff game, but I like that total. I want to make sure that the math is right. So 17, 13. Yeah. So I like China. Love you, darling. Love and your rack is beautiful, baby. Your rack is beautiful, baby.
Oh, let me tell this. Oh, I thank you, darling. Oh, thank you, darling. I take care of my racks very good.
Yes, we love it too. Hey, take care of yourself, and thanks again. Tell Danny I said hi. Give dogs a positivity, and you guys take care over there. We'll see you. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll know where we're going, and we'll see you for the Houston game, honey. You be well.
All right, you too, darling.
All right, that's China, and their gorgeousness as well. See, I haven't even been watching hockey. I don't even know what. Come into the show. Hey, Troy is mascot. Troy is here, and for those that don't know, I guess that we're going to a second overtime because I didn't see a bunch of celebration. My phone is dead, so for folks that were watching on IG, yeah, second intermission. So we're going to another intermission, and see, and I like what Matt Marinovich says, 10-7. Because I had to do the math because she said 13-6. That means 6 losses. That would have been, what? 11-6. Yeah, 11 or maybe 12. I don't know. So yeah, because maybe the 6th loss. Yeah, maybe it was 12-5. Yeah, there you go. 12-5. And then you get 13, gets you the 13, and then the last game. So maybe you win 1 playoff game and you lose the second playoff game. I think that's the math. But I like what China was doing with that. I like what she should. So 12-5, win a playoff game, get you 13-5. Then your second playoff game you lose. I'd love that. I would love that. And again, with what Matt's saying. Gino, a better coaching staff, the defense up there. I'm not trying to poo-poo it, but I want to see it. I want to see it, and we will see it. We are an hour and a half into the show again. I am wearing my fedora in the in honor of my friend Mac, who was the the man behind him and his wife. That's the proper English. Him and his wife, Linda Mack, John McGrath, and Linda McGrath, the two big proponents behind the National Streaming Sports Network, formerly Northeast Streaming Sports, what we're on Roku right now with. And I was wondering, so why am I missing a channel? I didn't have it on at the beginning, so I was like 5 minutes late. So I'm hoping that I don't. She'll tell me about it. But again, I'm wearing it for Mac, and I'm wearing the Yankees jersey for Mac. So we'll go. Be a part of the show. Come in and talk. Just coffee talk. No big whoop. Taking a little bit from China. Always good to see China. And yes, those dogs that they have, they're wonderful. But like I said, that rot mix, the teeth, sharp as shit. Like I said, my arms were like just blood and drenched. And it wasn't like, that they were misbehaved. Just the dog likes to gnaw. And I went to, pardon me, I went to see them when I was in Texas last year on my drive. And I wanted to make sure that Danny was okay, because Danny has had his heart problems, and I'm glad to see that Danny's doing better. It's always good to see China as well. But yeah, great dogs, great people. And like Matt Marinovich says, let's fucking go. Let's fucking Gina go. We got more of the show. I want to say thanks to everybody that's coming in. And sure enough, we are going. Oh man, I love this already. If you don't know him, pardon me, I'm introducing you to Steeler mascot Troy. Brother, man, how are you doing? It's been a week since the draft. Good seeing you, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man. It's great to. I didn't even know your show existed. I just found out it. I think Instagram informed me, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, and as I state, I give an open. It's like people ask me, why don't you have me on your show? I said, it's open. Everybody has an open invitation every time it's on. I mean, I do have guests come on occasionally, but it's very rare. I open it up, and just like the people that come in and talk, like the couple that was there before you that were on, China's a Raiders fan, and get this. Her husband is a is a Dolphin Bronco fan. I'm like, man, that's a double loss. Okay. He's good because he's a Navy fan. So I get to rag on him twice. But and again, welcome. It is mascot Troy. And I got a chance to see we hadn't met before the draft, had we not?
No, we haven't. And it's crazy because I see you everywhere. It's one of those things, where, in fact, everybody knows Timmy Shanley from Chicago, and
yep.
We've been at the last 3 drafts, and we never bump into each other. We're just laughing about that, going, how is that even possible? And I think it's kind of the same situation with you. How is it possible we never met until this year?
Yeah, and I saw Tim for a whole 30 seconds. I mean, seriously, it was 30 seconds over at the super fan event, and I was like, "Hey, Tim, gotta go." And it was sucked because I wanted to see him, but I had to get out the door, and I got a chance to see him, and he's such a great guy. And and that's why I said I go to the draft every year, and I think you will attest to this as well. It is a family reunion that you go to once a year. A family reunion, because you see your fans at your games. I see Raider Nation at the games I'm at, and I see fans from the other team that I get a chance to see, but I don't see the entire family until I see the draft and a little bit at the Hall of Fame ceremony. And it used to be the Pro Bowl when the Pro Bowl was an event. And the Pro Bowl is only an hour away from me. And I was working this year, which is why I wasn't there. I was in Kansas. But the Pro Bowl isn't what the Pro Bowl used to be. That's why you see your family at the draft and a little bit at the Hall of Fame. And that's why I love going to it, because I get a chance to see my big entire NFL family of friends and entities, personas. It's wonderful like that. I'm glad we got a chance to actually cross ground.
Yeah, we had a nice chat there at the end of, I think it was day 2. I think we had a wonderful chat, and we hung out as we were exiting. We hung out for about 10, 15 minutes, and it was one of the thrills of my draft was to finally have a little chit chat, because you talk about the draft being a family event. It really is. For me, the draft has become my Mardi Gras. It's a 3-day party. The best part about it is we're all undefeated. We're all in first place. We all have hope. And you don't have to put that, you know how it is when you're at a tailgate about 2 hours before kickoff, you look at your watch and subconsciously your game face starts coming on, and, you can feel the, I don't want to call it tension, or you can feel, something inside you that adrenaline start to build. And you don't get that at the draft party. It's just a 3-day tailgate party.
That's right. That's right. And like you said, you're with family and friends. And I say this, and for the most part, it's true. There are exceptions, but for the most part, it's true. Hate the team, love your family, or love your teammates or your family members there. Because again, unless, and we were kind of talking about it, we were talking about the Denver fans. And again, Mary Brannon Mary is wonderful. She's awesome. Bronco Babe, wonderful and awesome. Fireman, the gentleman with the fire truck, great guy. There's one or two other Bronco fans that are awesome. Okay. But
right,
a lot of the other folks, I'm just going to leave it. They're not as awesome. I'll just say that. This way I won't get in trouble. I won't get in trouble that way.
I always try to put myself in other people's shoes and try to never judge anyone. I try to understand what they're going through. And as the Steelers have lost 2 Super Bowls in my life, and I remember them better than our 6 wins because of the pain. So I can only think, as a Bronco fan, having 5 Super Bowl losses, that's a pain I can't even imagine. So I kind of give them a pass for being immature. I'm going to be nice. Immature is the nicest way I can put it. And you can feel it everywhere in their stadium. They are frustrated, angry fans, even though they won 2 Super Bowls, or 3. Excuse me, 3.
Yeah.
So I kind of I kind of understand it a little. I kind of get it. But not to the extent. That's it's actually the only stadium I've ever been assaulted in as mascot Troy. And and I was assaulted in front of 2 Denver police officers, and they walked up to me to make sure I didn't retaliate. And anyone that knows me knows I'm 5'4.5". I'm 65 years old. I am not an intimidating presence. And I just thought that was really something. But it's, again, I try to put myself in their shoes, and I think it's got to be frustrating to lose 5 Super Bowls. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's like that because, and I will say this: when the last time I was in Denver, I was with Mary, and I was sitting in the end zone with her, and the people around me, they got a kick out of me being me, and they said, because Mary she's brought Jamie Paye with her, Pags, Philly sports guy. She brought me, and then she brought a guy who was a Lions fan that were her guests that season a couple years ago. or maybe over the year. So, and yes, I'm gonna break my arm, pat myself on the back because she goes, the people around me, they liked you more than any of those other people because I was accommodating. I wasn't an asshole. I was giving to the people, and we were engaging, but I was engaging positively, right? And that's the thing. So I loved being with Mary, but and it was the game. I don't know if you remember this, Troy. It was the Derek Carr to Devontae Adams overtime game where Devontae did a double move on Surtain in the end zone and won that game. And that was a great game to walk out of the stadium with a win, because it went to overtime. But it was fun with Mary. But the minute that I was walking by myself, like when I went up to get something to drink, I mean, it was unbearable, the amount of abuse that I took. And I had my cane with me. It's going to even be worse. And that's one of the reasons why I shuddered to bring a vehicle, a device with me to those stadiums because, you saw my scooter was all rated out. I won't bring that into a stadium that is an opposing, hatred. I will never bring my scooter to, a Charger game, a Bronco game, a Chiefs game. Because, maybe a Chiefs game because their fans are pretty cool. I will say that Chiefs fans, for the most part, are pretty cool. But I would never bring it to Denver because they would abuse the fuck out of it if I wasn't sitting in it, and it would be.
You're right.
It would get fucked over. So, and that scooter that you saw is pretty much going to be in my purview. I'm trying not to put it on planes anymore because it gets messed up. So I got a power chair from the VA. So that's going to be my go-to travel entity unless I'm driving my truck, and then I'll have that scooter, which I got to get my guy to do that. But again, I wouldn't bring it into various places. And Denver, no, I would never bring it in there because they would fucking key the fuck out of it. They would fuck up that $1,000. They would fuck up the $1,000 paint job that I put on it because I cared about it. I would know, but and I'm and don't be mad, but I would think twice about bringing it to Pittsburgh because I've heard, and I've never been there. That's why I'm waiting to go to Pittsburgh because I will hang out with you. I've heard, though, that being a Raider fan in Pittsburgh is not the nicest type of stadium entity that you would want to. But we're going to have a blast at the draft next year for sure.
Oh, you know it. I'm already in preparation. I was in preparation about 3 weeks before this year's draft. It's going to be the biggest event in the history of our city. The whole city is mobilized. We know the standard. To me, Detroit raised the bar. In my opinion, was the best draft as far as the way it was laid out, the way it was organized, just everything about it beginning to end. I thought it was the best draft I've been to. And so that's the bar. And in Pittsburgh, we're a small town. We don't have the population that other cities have. But what we do have is we have a pride in our city, and we don't want to finish second to anybody. So we're going to try to equal what Detroit did or better. And our whole city's engaged. And I know I'm really excited about it. And it's funny you brought up Pags. I just spent 7 days on the road with Pags. He's a good buddy of mine. He's a Philly fan. We only live 4.5 hours apart. He comes to Pittsburgh and stays with me for the Flyers games, the Phillies games, and of course the Eagle games. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we're the only two super fans that go to every single sports team's games in character. And I could be wrong, but and for anyone else that's a super fan of multiple teams, feel free to let me know. If you want to come see your baseball team or your hockey team or your college team, let me know. Come stay with Mascot Troy. We'll have a blast.
Hey,
I haven't lived.
I'm going to take you up on that. I'm going to take you up on that because I know that I'm wearing my Yankee stuff in honor of Mac, who, like I said, who passed away from the network that I'm a part of. Both myself and Pags are part of the same network. I would come see you, and one of the guys that's in here already is a Raiders fan, Jimmy Farrell. He's an Islanders fan that transplanted over to Pittsburgh. So I'm trying to say, hey, am I staying at your house next year? And he said yes. I said good. So I'm trying to get my things squared away there. But I would also come up if you got tickets about. Oh, and I don't have my Flyers hat. So I am a Philly guy. Okay, I would come to a Phillies Pirates game. I would come to a Flyers Penguins game. Obviously, I'd go to a Raiders game in Pittsburgh. The last game that was there that I could have come to was the 50th anniversary Immaculate. I'm going to get this right. Immaculate Deception game.
Oh, no. Come on, Jack.
I always say that. Yeah, Immaculate Deception game. But it was the 50th anniversary of that game, and it was right after Franco had passed, and may Franco rest in peace. We had a ball with him at Canton that year when we were coming that day, and we had all of these signs: "Repent, Franco! You know you trapped it." Yada yada yada. And he laughed, and he got earful from us, but he waved and he laughed and he pointed at us because Franco was a hell of a guy. He was a hell of a guy. And so but it was cold, and there was no way in hell that they were going to let the Raiders win that game on the 50th anniversary. I said, no, I'm staying home. I'm going to stay. Go ahead.
That was the coldest game I've ever been to. It was 0 degrees and then 20 knot winds. So the wind chill is 25 below zero. And it was so tragic because he passed away just 2 days before the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, it was just all too much to take in. And, he's a friend of mine, and he just lived right down the street from me. And his sister still lives there in the same house he bought when he was a rookie. He never left the North Shore, never left the North Side. And a lot of Pittsburgh athletes, they make their money and they move out to the suburbs, to the rich, expensive neighborhoods. But Franco wasn't that kind of guy. He's from New Jersey originally. So he has a whole lot of that Jersey edge with a Pittsburgh heart, and you got to love and respect that about him. And words don't hurt our feelings.
You got it. I actually had bought a Steelers mini helmet, and I was going to give it to Franco because Franco had a ceremony with the Black Hole in Oakland because Villapiano brought him in, and it was so basically he became an honorary member of the Black Hole with Phil there, and I was at that whole ceremony. It was wonderful. And I had a mini helmet, a Pittsburgh mini helmet, and a Raiders mini helmet for Phil. I got Phil stuff around here. Actually, I'm looking at the picture that's personally signed to me. But I had the Pittsburgh mini. I still got it. It's not being used. Let's put it that way. And I was going to give it to Franco because that would be the small collection of things that I have in my room of autographs that are sacred to me. Things that I would keep. That would have been one of them. And unfortunately, I never got a chance to give it to him. So, and Jimmy Farrell, who's my buddy in Pittsburgh, he wants to know what part of Pittsburgh do you live in?
I'm on the north side, just Brighton Heights, lower Brighton Heights. Marshall Shadeland is more correctly, geographically, I'm right at Marshall Shadeland. But technically, I'm Brighton Heights.
Jimmy says he's in South Park.
Now, Jimmy Farrell, is he the Eagles guy?
No.
The Eagles guy?
Jimmy Farrell. No. Jimmy Farrell is a Raiders guy. He's a postman. but we get at it because he's a Yankees fan. So he talks about his Yankees. He talks about his New York Islanders because he lived on Long Island. You got to say it correctly. It's Long Island. You got to put that "g" in there. And he loves his Islanders from Long Island, but he moved from New York to Pittsburgh, so he does his routes there. But he's a big Raiders fan. Really great guy. I still haven't met him personally, but I've known him for years over the show. So that's why we want to get together. And Knicks. There he said, and the Knicks. So he loves his Knicks. But yeah, hey, Jimmy Farrell, go, and it's mascot Troy, so you guys can meet up. Great guy, really, really great guy that I wholeheartedly endorse as an awesome dude. And if, like I said, for next year, God willing and inshallah, I get there, we're going to have a ball. And obviously you'll see Jimmy Farrell there too. But I might put me down for maybe because if you get good Flyers tickets, I'll wear my Flyers jersey with my Captain Jack hat. And I got a cat. In fact, it's on my phone. I can't use it because it's dead now. But when Paye was here for the Flyers game against the Lightning, we got a picture together. So there's a picture of me with my Captain Jack Flyers jersey. So I'll wear that, and I'll wear my hat, and we'll go to a Flyers Penguins game for sure.
Yeah, it's but I tell you what, Jamie is sponsored by TickPick, and so he got us seats right on the glass, right behind the Flyers bench. And usually I don't get tickets that good, and I'll tell you what, man, those Flyers were huge. I just couldn't believe how big they were compared to my Penguins. My Penguins are little Smurfs compared to the Flyers. They were huge, and no, I love Jamie. We had a great time. We went from Green Bay to Chicago, and we sat behind the Flyers dugout, or excuse me, the Phillies dugout. And, excuse me, and Santa Rick from Philly went from Green Bay and coincidentally was sitting behind the dugout. And then we had I don't know if you know Scott Teller. He's a big time Philadelphia fan. He's a local actor, and I ran into him there too. So it was pretty exciting. I was mascot Troy, surrounded by Phillies fans who were singing "Fly Eagles Fly," and it was a lot of fun in Chicago. From there, we went to Detroit. So yeah, it's been a week now. Actually, he dropped me off, I think, Tuesday, and headed back to Philly so he could prepare for the Kentucky Derby. I don't know if you saw his feed there from, I think it's Lexington. No. Is that where it's at? Or Churchill Downs?
Yep, Churchill Downs, right outside of Lexington. Yeah. In fact, I wasn't able to go day 3 at the draft, so I was going to go, but Steampunk was like, fuck it, we're not going today. I'm like, okay. And that's my ride. So I'm like, okay, that's why I wasn't there for day 3. And then I stayed an extra day and did the museums in and around Appleton. So a chill day with Steampunk's sister, and then flew out the next day late because the fucking airlines, get this, I had to spend an extra day in Detroit, because the connection was late because of the weather. So I spent a night in the hotel on the airlines. Thank God for that, because before they used to say, "Oh, it's weather, we don't do shit."
Right.
But they finally figured out how not to do this to us. So they gave me a hotel room, and I got a flight in the next day, which was cool. I don't mind. I'm not working. It's not like I got to get home quickly, right? So I was there in Detroit for an extra day, just caught up on my sleep, because that whole weekend was exhausting. But we'll do something when we do it. But I'm glad I'm glad. And again, hit the subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. I do shows Sunday night and Thursday night for sure are my days. Most of the time it's live. Occasionally I will not feel like I'm doing a show, and I'll put some. It'll be like a repeat, and I'll put the title repeat or old show or rebroadcast. And people say, "Are you live? Are you live?" I'm like, Can you fucking read the title? It says rebroadcast. And it says rebroadcast. The answer is no, I'm not live. So I don't know. People hit me up all the time. But I'm glad you got a chance to come in. Now that we got through the pleasantries, tell me about the Steelers draft. I want to hear from you on this one.
Oh, I was listening earlier. You were talking about how this was definitely not a quarterback driven draft, and as you know, the rumors around Pittsburgh about our quarterback are wild. They're crazy, and everyone you get okay. We're going to sign Aaron Rodgers. No, we're going to draft Shador with number 21 overall. And man, I was not feeling it. I was not having it. I don't see a first round talent in this year's draft, and Cam Hayward's 36 years old, and I did not want us to waste a first-round pick on a quarterback with a 50-50 chance of being a decent starter is about how I view Shador. And we really wanted the defensive alignment, and so I was ecstatic when we got Derek Harmon out of Oregon. You know, he originally was at Michigan State, so he's a cold weather guy. And
there you go.
One thing I've noticed over the years is the Steelers who are from the southern states or from the warm weather areas, they disappear in December and January because it's a different kind of cold here in the Northeast in December and January. It's very wet. It's very damp, very windy, and it's a home field advantage, but it also works against the players we draft from the SEC. So I was just super ecstatic. The last thing I wanted was a quarterback because, you know, I've been interviewed quite a bit about it on local media asking my opinion and in Green Bay too. And I kind of came up with a stock answers, and that is I'm okay with handing the keys to Mason Rudolph. We don't need a quarterback. No Rodgers, no Dart, no Shador, no Prime, and no Diddy. And that was kind of my catch saying here for the past few weeks.
No diggity, baby. No diggity. That's right.
I am so happy. In fact, what is it called? All in autumn wind. Do you know that guy?
Yeah.
He does that video.
He does interviews with me a lot. In fact, when the last time I saw him at the draft, but the last time before that was at the Crosby CTE, the Commitment to Excellence dinner, and he interviewed me, and I didn't swear. And he goes, Cap, I did a whole interview with you, and you didn't drop an F-bomb. And I didn't have to edit anything. And I'm like, well, okay, it was a different type of event, you know, and it was, dress up. And I have my formal captain's hat and my formal captain's wear, you know, it looks good. You'd have to see it. I said, no, it's a different vibe, you know, and I was going to, come here, you fucking bastards. Let's talk about the, you know, so, but no, it was toned. But yeah, Brian is awesome as hell. All in autumn wind, really great interview process. I'm glad you got a chance to meet him. And so he does really good stuff. So you met a great guy as well. And Jimmy Farrell says, you're not kidding about that friggin'. And remember, Jimmy's from New York. He's from New York, and he's talking about the Northeast. But the play, could you talk about the inside with the off the lake? Okay, the lake effect winter, you know, from Pittsburgh and Cleveland and Detroit and all those areas up there. It's not for the young. It is definitely not for the young.
Well, you know, I'm from here. You know, I delivered both the morning newspaper and the afternoon paper growing up. And when it's cold for me, I can't even begin to imagine what it feels like for a kid that's from Alabama or California. I mean, I'm freezing, and I've got all the mountain climbing thermals on. I've got all the pro gear, the same gear the Steelers wear. The Steelers provide for me. I'm very blessed, and I'm freezing. And so, you look at Najee Harris's numbers. He averages about 100 yards a game through November. December and January, he averages 1.9 yards a carry and 54 yards a game. All 4 years.
Yep.
That's his 4-year total. And this year, I was so excited. We didn't draft anyone south of the Mason-Dixon line. I think the Steelers finally got the message. And as far as George Pickens goes, he's gone. I mean, he disappears. He disappears when the weather gets cold too. He's a Georgia boy. It's not his fault. He's just not built for the NFL, in my opinion. As far as postseason goes, unless he plays in an indoor stadium, I just don't see it.
Right. And there, people were talking about us picking him up. I'm like, no, I really, I don't want any part of him, because give me a player that plays with this and this, where they're not playing with this. I don't want to hear a bunch of this. I want somebody who has talent and ability and doesn't play with their mouth. And he's got a lot of ability, but his mouth overloads his tadpole ass. And that I don't want anything. That's one of the reasons why. And I'm sorry, I don't care if Shedeur is black or white. If you give me somebody that has an attitude like that, I don't want no part of him. Okay. And the fact that you got a guy, and you were talking about your quarterbacks, you picked up Will Howard, the kid from the Ohio, and I hate saying it, but the Ohio State University. And he played under Chip Kelly, and the Raiders were, people were saying that he was going to come out to us. That is a very smart pick, because he's a good system quarterback, and providing, and this is the thing, providing you got an offensive coordinator that's worth the salt and whose name is not Canada, okay, you will have somebody you can use in your system. So I see good things with him. Again, I like Mason Rudolph. I think that he gets overlooked a lot. So I think you guys are going to be decent with him at QB. Have Will Howard groomed under him, and maybe next year is the draft, because that's why I said the Raiders didn't put a lot into it, and they're looking to maybe get a Manning in a year or two. And yeah, they're going to have to trade up, because I'm saying it now, brother. The Raiders are not going to be picking in the top 10 in 2 years. They're going to be picking low. We're going to be doing a lot better within the next few. As long as I can live to see another Super Bowl before this bastard croaks, that's all I care about. That's what I hope.
No, I hear you on that one. For me, it's the Pirates. I was in college in 1979, and that was a hell of a day.
We are family, baby. We are family. Yeah. Sanguian, and Sargent, and Dave Parker. Yeah, I love that team.
See,
and
Dave,
Kent
that's funny you mentioned them.
Yeah.
Yep. That's funny you mentioned that. Kent Tekulve is a very good friend of mine, and so is Dave Parker. What people don't realize is Pittsburgh's a very, very small town. Everybody knows everybody. And if you're a good guy, the whole town knows it. And if you're a jagoff, the whole town knows it too. And so, the good people kind of find each other. And I couldn't be more thrilled for David and his family that he got in the Hall of Fame this year. It was an incredible oversight all these years that he didn't. And so I will definitely be in Cooperstown here in a couple of months for his enshrinement. I'm super excited about it. And I've never been to Cooperstown, but I'm not going to miss David's enshrinement.
I've been to Cooperstown one time, and actually I'm going to put Jimmy Farrell's question up while I talk about it. I was in Cooperstown for my I graduated college from New York Regions. It was called Excelsior. So I was up there in that part of New York. But I was either a week after or a week before the festivities for the Hall of Fame events, and I got a chance to go in there quickly into the Baseball Hall of Fame. I want to go back because I've been to Canton several times, but I want to go back to Cooperstown to get the feel of Cooperstown and do it again.
Yeah, I always think back to that original class, with Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb and Honus Wagner. And they show that one picture of I think it was 6 guys that originally went in. And I just want to go stand in that place, where they were all sitting there getting their picture taken. So I'm excited just to do that. That's kind of my number one thing besides hanging out with David's wife and sons. They're just wonderful people, and a lot of people don't know David's a huge Steeler fan, and that's how I got to know him. Because I was at he came up to me, and I was like, "Holy shit, it's Dave Parker!" And he goes, "Shouldn't you be in a football uniform?" This is at a Pirate game, and I was like, "Oh, you know me from that?" He goes, "Yeah, hell yeah, I'm a Steeler fan. Of course I know you." And I was just blown away. We've been friends ever since.
That's awesome. Awesome. Well, I tell you what, if you run into Kent Tekulve, see if you can, and I don't know how you can, maybe I will try. I want to try to get a Phillies pillbox era, because the Phillies had the pillbox caps too, like the Pirates did in '79. The Phillies had those too.
Actually, only 1 year.
Yeah.
It was 1976 was the only year.
I want to get Kent Tekulve to sign either a Phillies hat like that, and because I think that, because I would go, because I have a little Phillies corner over here, because it's mostly the Raider Hall of Fame here if you ever come down, and I have a tiny corner. It's like Phillies baseballs and a couple Flyer things. It's over in the corner of my room, because everything else is Raiders. And and I have one Bucks helmet that has signatures on it. When I went to Bucks training camp, I admit it, it's Bucks. Oh, I see the Jets won. They won in double overtime, for those that are keeping score, 4-3. So the Jets win, the Blues are out. So there you go.
Sorry, I had to grab an Iron Iron City light. Yes, I had to grab one here. It's I was starting to get a little I just needed the beer.
Parched?
What?
I would drink one of those, because people know that I don't drink too much. I would drink an Iron City with you.
Yeah, it's Iron City is like Coors, or it's a local beer, and the thing about it is it's very cheap because it's brewed here. You can get a 30-pack for $18. And any other beer 30-pack is going to cost you $25-$30. So it's very popular here, and they sponsor a lot of things, a lot of charity. And so, like I said, we're a small town. We take care of all the good people take care of all the good people here. It's a beautiful place. I'm looking forward to Memorial Day. I'll be Rocky Blyer will be the Grand Marshal of the Memorial Day Parade. He asked me to show up in my Stars and Stripes football uniform. I have a red, white, and blue Stars and Stripes uniform I wear for the 4th of July, Memorial Day, and Labor Day. And so Rocky's an old friend also, and he comes to my tailgate. So I always look forward to hanging out with Rocky, especially now that Franco's gone. It's we have that common friend, that we miss together.
And I don't know, when you see him, first off, tell him that the retired Navy chief salutes him as well, because we got that in common, both being military. The retired Navy chief salutes Rocky Blyer. I was in Appleton at the museum, and I noticed that one of the streets in Appleton is Rocky Blyer Boulevard.
That's where he's from.
And I was telling the guy that I was with, he said, "Wow, I didn't know that Rocky was from here." He goes, "Who?" And I'm like, "Rocky Blyer?" And he's like, "Did not know." So I had to teach, or I didn't say teach, but I gave his daughter a tutorial, not on Rocky Blyer, on Joseph McCarthy, the senator from Wisconsin.
Right.
And he's like, "Who's Joseph McCarthy?" And I said, "Here's the short version. Look him up." So again, I'm a history guy, but her father, or not her father, I'm sorry, the gentleman that was, let me get this right. It's Steampunk's sister's ex-husband. Yeah, there we go. I had to get the lineage right. Who was bringing me around. He's like, "Who? Rocky Blyer?" I said, dude, Rocky Blyer of the Pittsburgh Steelers, of the Steel Curtain era, blocking for Franco Harris. with Frenchie Fuqua, the back out of the backfield with Swan and Stallworth and Wagner at tight end, and you got Ham and Lambert, Greenwood, Steve Furness, and I'm forgetting one of them because I know three of the like Dwight White. There you go. I got all four of them. And again, that's why I said
Actually, the other one was
go ahead.
Ernie Holmes.
Yeah.
Ernie Holmes was the starter with the shaved arrow in his head. Furness was the first guy off the bench. Yeah.
That's right. He was the designated thing. Yeah, I forgot about Ernie Holmes. But it's like, and this is why it pisses me off. I'm going to tell you this, Troy. I don't want to fucking hear anything about Steeler Nation. It's not Steeler Nation. There's only one nation. It's Raider Nation. It's Steelers country. Welcome to Steelers country. It's Steelers country. It was on the banner. It's on the banner, man. That's the way it is. We were Steeler Nation and Steeler country before the Oakland Raiders was even an idea. And it's no disrespect to Oakland because they picked the best color in the entire palette for uniforms. I will give the Raiders one thing. I won't give them nation, but I'll give them one thing. They have the greatest uniforms in the history of football, high school, college, pro, and whatever. The Raiders got the greatest uniforms I've ever seen. And even the white versions are awesome, And I also say Al Davis, I don't think there was never an owner that cared as much as Al Davis. And I respect Al. I respect him. Other than your family that runs the Steelers, and I said it correctly, the Steelers.
Yes, you did.
That family is it's involved. Okay, that the team is a part of it. And so I got to give it to them as well. The family that runs the Steelers. I got to get you on that nation thing, though. I got to see where, because ours goes back to
we always took
6. So we have to go back.
Like I said, they say imitation is a form of flattery. Well, you copied nation from us, and you copied the black uniform from us. And, with the Raiders' history being so great and so proud and so badass like the Steelers, I'm okay with it. I don't hate the Raiders like some Steeler fans hate them. I respect the Raiders because the pride and poise boys, man. They basically copied us and became better than us for a couple of years there, and it was like, okay, you got to respect that. Yeah, you got to respect that.
The original uniforms for the Raiders were black and gold. You know that, right?
Yes, because I have an old Fred Biletnikoff rookie card, and he's wearing a black and gold Raiders jersey and socks.
Yes.
Fred Biletnikoff, one of my favorite players of all time.
Yep. The original, because I got a Jim Otto jersey with the black and gold, and I have
before I forget, let me grab something.
Ahead.
Let me grab something before I forget. You're gonna love this. 1 second.
I'm waiting.
So I was telling you, Kent Tacolve is a very good friend of mine. You'll like this. Yes. He gave me this. That is his 1981 Pirate hat right there. Game used. And he gave me this. This was his last ever bat that he had when he was with the Phillies. And he gave me that also years ago. And I told him, don't worry, when you pass on, I'm going to give it to your grandkids because they'll appreciate it more then after you're gone. Because I told him when he wanted to give it to me, because he's been to my house, and him and Manny Sanguian, all these guys that were my heroes growing up. Because my house is kind of famous in Pittsburgh because it's my whole house is a museum, and it's a museum to our 16 world championships. If you don't have a ring, you're not on the wall. So people say, well, where's Rod Woodson? I said, you don't have a ring. Yeah, he's a great player, but he doesn't make my wall. If I didn't see him in a parade, if I didn't see him in a parade down on the Boulevard of the Allies, he's not on my wall. And so there's been quite a few Steelers and Pirates that have come to my house and checked it out. It's a 50-year collection, and over the years, people just start giving me stuff to put in my house. And it's the same with David. When David gave me his last bat as a Pirate before he went to the A's, I told him the same thing about 3-4 years ago. Don't worry, David, your family's going to end up with it. I'm just proud and blessed to have had it. Yeah, because I can't take it with me, and the money means nothing to me because all I care about is love, man. That's all I care about. It's the only thing that matters. And I cannot wait for the draft now.
Come down here. Yeah, see, you got to come down here, and people have seen this. This is now, granted, I got things in the room that are strewn about because I'm doing a remodel, but that is not a Christmas tree. That is a Raider tree with purely nice things on it. And this is the brand new furniture, which I just got from rooms ago that has the audio equipment in there. I got to get the stuff in there. That is all sorts of things there on that are pretty much other. There's a case of helmets over there. There's a helmet case. I don't know if you can see because the light's in the way. But all of the things up here and behind me. And on the wall over there, it's the Raider Hall of Fame here this is the studio. This is where I do my stuff from. So you got to get down here to see mine. And I'll definitely love to come up there. Oh, see, I know I've been on too long when I get my eye migraines and my eyes water. But I can't wait to see yours. And, it'll be great. I'll definitely, we got to keep up. And I do got your number now. So we'll have to text. And do
absolutely
things like that. You can come in anytime. Now that you know that, and let folks know that obviously I usually do a 2-hour show. I'm a little over tonight. So it's 2 hours, 17 minutes. I'm gonna end it at like in the half-hour portion because my eyes are telling me you've been on too long. But I want to say thank you to Mascot Troy for coming in. That's why I have my Instagram on. I tell people to come over to YouTube so that I can get them onto the show. Because, again, you only see a portion this way. You're in the show this way, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate you having me on. Like I say, you're a legend, Captain Jack. I've always admired you from afar, and it was a thrill to meet you in person and to see that you're just a down-to-earth, salt-of-the-earth guy like I am, who just loves his team and is a fan of fans. And so we got that in common. And that's, at the end of the day, that might be what's most important, is being a fan of fans.
That's it. And to you as well, shipmate, you have your Iron City. I have my empty Pure Leaf and my empty Sparkling Ice, which I'm going to go to more often because it's less sugar my way. And we will toss at least one Iron City beer. I'll do it for the event, but that'll probably be my evening is like one Iron City beer. Just the way it is.
Well, when you're here for the draft next year, my house is only less than 2 miles from Heinz Field, and I'm on the north side, which is the quiet side. There's not a lot of traffic on the north side because the north side has a lot of city parks and cemeteries. So there's not a whole lot of traffic. And on the south side it's going to be a zoo. But anyway, I have 8 super fans staying at my house. The 8 fans that have hosted me over the years in their cities. Big Dog Willie from Cleveland, Pags in Philly, my cousin Vinny in Detroit, Bear Mysterio from Chicago. They're all going to be staying at my house. And I'll be throwing super fan parties every night. And it's not a big house, but it's not a small house. So I'll be inviting all the super fans over. Just come by, drop by. It's going to be, it's going to be a breakfast, lunch, and dinner kind of thing. And then I had also a bunch of super fans from Carolina, Cleveland, Tampa have already rented houses close to my house so they can, come hang out here when nothing else is going on down on the rivers. And so you'll definitely have your Iron City then. And I really look forward to hosting the super fans at my house. It's going to be one of the highlights of my life. I think it's going to be quite exciting and fun. And
I'm already waiting for. Can't wait for the schedule drop, and for all the different things as well. And again, it's a pleasure to have you on again and on the show. Keep in touch. Like I said, anytime I'm on, when there's things to talk about, and I do sports, it's not just football. So you want to talk about your Pirates, you want to talk about any NBA team that you have, whatever. When the show is there, and when we don't have stuff to talk about, I resort to this. If you want to talk about TV and movies and music, I'll go there. No politics, no religion. But
amen, brother. Amen.
TV, movies, and rock and roll and stuff like that, and we're good. And Jimmy Farrell is like, it's mascot Troy. It's mascot Troy, Jimmy Farrell, and Jimmy Farrell, as I said, he's the postal worker that is in Pittsburgh now. Look him up, Jimmy Farrell, and get a hold of mascot Troy. He's within spitting distance from you. And again, he's a good guy. Again, I call him Raider Eeyore because it's like, oh God, the Raiders are gonna suck again this year. If you had an outfit,
funny as hell.
Get an Eeyore outfit and fucking put Raider shit on it, and you would be, because I named him. I said Jimmy Farrell, aka Raider Eeyore, and that would be perfect for him. And hopefully he can get something squared away with that. But we'll see.
Well, unfortunately, maybe Pittsburgh rubbed off on him because we have a lot of Steeler Eeyores who, I call them Chicken Little fans because the sky's falling. It's like, guys, we're all right, man. We're all right. You can't win the Super Bowl every single year.
He had this attitude out in New York, so it's not just new. And I really got to get off.
That's a good one.
That's it. Troy, mascot Troy, follow him. And thank you for coming on, Shipmate. Keep in touch as well. And I'm glad you got a chance to come on. Tell everybody, like I said, Captain Jack talks sports, and this is the place to do it.
Hey, I'll do that. We have a lot of Pittsburgh's a small town. There's not a lot to do. We're very much into our sports, our music, and eating. And there ain't much else to do here, but we do it all pretty well. And hey, brother, I wish all of Raider Nation nothing but peace and love. And I cannot wait to see you again. And I'll probably see you Thursday night. Except Thursday night's my trivia night at my local bar. But and they've been busting my balls because I haven't been there in about a month. But I like the show. I like you, Captain Jack. And I can't wait to talk to you again. Call me anytime.
Anytime, brother. And I said my show's on normally from 9 to 11. If you're doing your trivia, then I get it. But you can pop it. I know that when you're on trivia, you can't have your phone with you. I know the rules of trivia.
Correct.
You can't look shit up on your phone because trivia night over here is Wednesdays. So I used to say, and I would go in there and I know a lot of the answers, and I'm a team of me, and I know most of this shit. But I don't. It's like
Same here.
Like I probably know the end. I said I'm going to come in there one night and I'm going to see how well I do against teams of 4 and 6, and I'll say
that's what I did.
I made at least like top 3, and I'll piss people off. So now you fuckers will, when you see me, you'll invite me over onto your team because you know you got a good asset. But we'll see. Troy, I got to go, brother. But it's been great, and thank you for being here anytime. And again, it is mascot Troy. Thank you for being here, Shipmate. Always good hearing from you. You take care as well.
Love you, Captain Jack.
Be well. That's awesome. That's Steeler mascot Troy. Awesome. He's backstage right now. I got to do my outro, and it's been wonderful. This is why I do my show. Is we talk sports, we have fun. We have fun. And again, it's in the vein of, like I said, our recently departed Mac, who had the vision of the Northeast Streaming Sports Network and then became the National Streaming Sports Network. And again, my hat's off to you, Mac. Again, in your honor, I'm wearing the fedora that you wore all the time in your Yankees jersey. So take care of yourselves. We'll see you. Well, I can get with Peggy. Hopefully I'll get with Peggy. We can do a show pretty soon. Remember, there will be a drop on the 21st. NFL Nation Live will do their show talking about the schedule drop. That should be on the 21st. The schedule drops on the 14th, and we'll do a show a week later on the 21st. So be here for that. Everybody take care. Have a great week. I'm sorry I'm keeping my eyes closed because it's sore and abused. So take care, everybody. We'll see you for the next show.